We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank you.
Welcome to These Unprecedented Gays, featuring Joe Granelli and Paul Smith. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and review wherever you stream your podcasts. Check us out on Instagram at tugayspod and email us at tugayspod@yahoo.com. We hope you enjoy.
I went to the drag brunch at Nellie's and I had 2 drinks. So they give you one when you come in. It's like you get either a mimosa or Bloody Mary. So I'm like, I'm going to take a Bloody Mary. And then I ended up having another drink at the table, kind of with the other people I was sitting with, because since I was only one, I had to sit with a whole group of other people. So I was like, please don't sit me next to straight women. I can't.
Yeah, you were like with a bunch of, it seemed like the pictures you sent, it was like a very, like, I don't want to say eclectic mix, but there were a lot of women.
There was, the room held 89 people and they were full. And I think 85 of them were women.
Mm-hmm. White women.
well, like it was a mixture of different women, but I was like, a lot of them were woo girls, and I was just like, oh. They were like, who's got a birthday?
Oh God. What would you say their age demographic was? Like mid-40s?
I would probably that group, it was probably like late 20s to mid 30s.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah. It was a very eclectic group. So, but I'm Paul.
Oh, and I'm Joe.
We're These Unprecedented Gays.
I know.
How was your week, Joe?
We're bi-coastal, right?
We are. I'm still in DC. So,
you live there now. Listeners, Paul is now a DC resident because he's been there for 700 years. He's actually oh my God, what are they called? The House of Representatives people. He's our congressperson now. Paul for Congress. Wait, I want to. Okay. So, wait, backtrack. Where's this Nellie's place? Is it like in like a hip neighborhood?
I wouldn't. I guess it's hip. It's not that far from Howard University, so it's a cute little area. I got to walk because it's like I walked there, even though it was like a 25-minute walk, which is kind of nice because I got to stop at a cool comic book store and everything. And so it was nice, I must say, but it's just like, it's not a bar I would frequent. Just like I was walking home. I was walking back to my hotel last night.
Yeah, bitch, dinner. You live in DC.
So I was walking back from dinner and I was like, oh, there's a gay bar not too far from here, from my hotel. It's like 2 blocks away. It's called Green Lantern. And I was like, oh, I love a comic book reference. So let me go there. It's in the back of an alley, girl. I was like, should I be worried right now about what's going to happen? And then I get in there and I'm like,
this is Nick, and Green Lantern is where you go to get peed on.
Oh,
thank God that didn't happen to me last night.
I should say that's where the politicians go to get peed on.
Wouldn't that be Yellow Lantern?
Is that where George Santos is? Or
probably.
What's her Takeda Ravine, whatever his drag name is, Ravisha something. Wait, Paul, this is a sports bar. You went to a sports bar.
Nellie's.
Yeah,
water sports.
Barely. Yeah, exactly.
Nellie's used to be across the street from Nellie's. There's a really interesting, like, straight version of Nellie's. And then kitty corner to Nellie's used to be a dance club called Town. They ripped it down and now it's condos. But I had some really fun, long, drunk nights dancing at Town with my best friend Hunter.
So I will.
There we go.
I will tell you, like, walking around this city is very cool because, like, I ended up walking back from Nellie's, and I was like, maybe I should take the bus, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna walk off this alcohol. So I ended up walking past.
You're too drinks.
Right. I ended up walking past Ted's Bulletin that I had dinner at the other night, and I didn't know I was going to walk past it. I ended up walking past Barcelona, which is the restaurant I was at last year. And then I ended up walking past Trade, which I guess is just another gay bar in the middle of, like, everything. I was like, I love that they just plant them right wherever they want. Like, oh, there's a bunch of shops right here. Let's put a gay bar right there.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
While you're at it, while you're shopping, get some gay, get some coffee, what other people get. There you go. Oh my God.
So how was your week, Joe?
Well, so not too much. I am getting ready to go to Ohio because as the listeners will find out as I just say this, I am finally employed again. So that's good news. But I need to go to Cleveland, which I've never been to Cleveland, Ohio, and the only thing I know about Cleveland, Ohio is from the Drew Carey show. And that Cleveland rocks. Like, honestly, like, I have never, ever, I don't know anything. I think I've been to Cranton, Ohio, because when I was younger, we drove from Erie, Pennsylvania to that place because it's like the football thing, the Hall of Fame or whatever of football.
Oh, Scranton? That's Pennsylvania.
I don't know.
Sorry. Canton, it has the Football Hall of Fame. And then in Cincinnati is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which actually might be kind of cool for you to go check out.
I think it's in Cleveland.
Oh,
because I think
where are you going? Cleveland, right?
I'm going to Cleveland. Yeah. So no. Yeah, I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there. Yeah. So I want to go. The only thing is that they're closed from like normal business hours. So like I fly on Sunday and then I get back. I leave Friday, but Thursdays I'm hoping that the hours online are right. But on Thursdays from like January to June, they're open until 9 p.m. because I would love to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just because like I just would love to see what's there. Like I heard that Lady Gaga's meat dress is there, and like I don't know if it's preserved or like has it been dehydrated? Like, you know, like how do you I don't know.
Jerky now.
It's a jerky dress. I wonder if you could get a piece. I actually fly out tomorrow morning really, really, really early, and I think it's 7:20 in the morning. So I have to get there at like 5:45 just to make sure. But I've been making sure I have all my stuff ready. I'm packed, and then like, you know, like onboarding crap and everything with work. So that's been keeping me busy. And then it's been raining like super randomly, like because you missed the other flood, right? When they had it. I think you're just in a good spot right now because you're missing all the San Diego flooding.
No, I was there for the rain when Andy was in Vegas. So we had a bunch of that here. And then so I missed this one. And because the weather here in DC is just gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I don't know. Cause like did we go in April last year or March? We went last year. Well, yeah, it was the cherry blossoms and it was like really, really nice weather. So I was thinking when you're there right now, it would be cold, but like, is it springtime weather or is it kind of
it's cold,
a mix?
But it's cold with the sun out.
Oh.
Which is nice.
Well, that's why you need chapstick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that was that. And then we are trialing a new like doggy daycare place called I won't say it on the air. We'll talk later off air, but you have to like they interview the dogs to basically make sure they're like acceptable. So we took Max in and he did like the temperament test or whatever. He passed that was fine. And then they were like, hey, in order for you guys to do like overnight like boarding / like lodging, you have to do like a half a day of daycare and then we'll do the boarding assessment. And I was like, it's a 50-50. Like he's either going to pass or he's going to fail. And he like was totally fine until the end. And like I went to pick him up and they were like, Max failed. And I was like, oh. So the reason why I think it was just because he was like overwhelmed. And they were telling me that when they tried to put the leash on him, he got really defensive. And I think too, since he is part pit bull, there's like a stigma against him already. So he's got that against him. So that was a little traumatizing just because I was like, my child is a failure. He's like not successful. So we're working through the daycare to make sure he gets comfortable so that he can stay there in the future. But that's basically kind of my highlights. How are you? What's going on in the East Coast? What's going on in the district of, what is the district of what? Columbia.
So DC's fun. So I went through the first conference, got through that. That was a whirlwind, and my mom slipped and fell in the hotel in the shower.
Oh no!
So I had to leave part of the meeting and go take her to a emergency room here in DC. I don't suggest going to the one that I went to because she was waiting for 13 hours before being seen by a doctor.
Whoa, yeah. Wait. Okay, hold on. Like, is she okay?
She's okay. There's no internal bleeding, no, concussion or anything like that. So I got her to the emergency room like just before noon, and my sister and her didn't get back to the hotel till like 1:45, 2 in the morning.
Oh my God.
It took that long. Yeah. Jesus. And so it's fine. And so I've been checking out various museums here. I went to the American History Museum, which was really cool. I found one that's called Planet Word, and it's all about language, and it actually was really very cool. So Nick, when you guys come back to DC, you'll have to check it out because it's a lot of fun. Like it was just very cool to check out. And then I've just been, eating at different places, of course. So but I told Andy, I'm like, it's hard when you are, cause like, I know I'm supposed to be able to like travel by myself, and that's great. And I'm finding things to do, but it's like hard because like I find things to do and I'm like, oh, Andy would love this too. Or I wish Andy was here because then we can laugh about this. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. So,
yep. That's exactly like it was for me in Europe. I get you. Cause it'll be 2 weeks, right? That you're there?
It's going to be 2 weeks total that I'll be here. Yeah. So,
yeah, that's a long time.
It is a very long time.
Do you remember what we look like?
Thank God I can see you on the screen so I don't forget.
I know. And then Baxter has doubled in size.
So I'm doing, I did drag brunch this morning, which was fun because I met some really cool people. Like two people, the couple that was sitting with me, Mike and Darian, were really nice, and we just like kind of hit it off and talked. And then the people behind us were actually from Orlando, so we were talking in the buffet line, and we got to know each other, and that was so cool to like just randomly talk to someone and find out that we have something in common. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then I'm actually meeting up with one of Nick's friends tomorrow, which I'm like, I love that. I think that's actually a pretty cool thing. So
I know, yeah.
I'm upset because like I have friends in Virginia that unfortunately can't make it over here while I'm here. So I can't see them, but I'm like, I love you, Mike and Tracy. Yeah, but other than that, I'm good. I'm tired of being in a hotel at this point. So yeah. And let me tell you, okay, so I'm going to do my I Spy now instead of at the end.
Oh, okay.
I spy that people in DC have way too much main character syndrome. Okay, like
what's main? Hold on, you got to tell me what main character syndrome is.
So main character syndrome means that they think that they are the main character in everyone's story. Like they can do whatever they want, they can do whatever, and it doesn't matter. Like when we were in the hotel during the conference, like I had to yell at people to move and get out of my way. My sister Melissa was like, "Oh, he's like a bodyguard." I'm like, "Well, I got to push people out of the way because I don't want them knocking you over." But people on the street, I'm like, "You guys are 3 people deep. I'm gonna walk right through you." And like one woman just stopped, and I'm walking. And I bumped right into her, and I'm like, well, that's your fault, not mine.
Are these tourists or are they locals?
No, they're locals.
Oh, no. Was Nick a main character? Were you a main character when you lived there? He's shaking his head no.
That means yes.
Which means he was. So wait, are they just like extra rude, or is it just like?
It's not that they're rude. It's just they just will do whatever they want because they think they can. So like they'll stop in the middle of the sidewalk and start texting, and I'm like, you're in the middle of the sidewalk.
It's a city of very important people.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. They're all like, they work in politics and they all think that they're just the most important people ever.
I also spied that when you ask somebody in DC what they do, and they say, "Oh, I work in government," or "Oh, I work for the State Department," or "I do this," then you go, "Oh, so what do you do?" They're like, they do that kind of thing. They can't tell you exactly what they do because then they might get in trouble or they'll have to kill me or something. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
you're just like, oh, you're in government and you work for everybody. Are you the people that slept on the Senate floor?
Well, you know, it's funny. It's the guy that one of the guys that I was talking to at Drag Brunch today. I was like, oh, so what do you do? He's like, oh, I work for the State Department. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. What do you do? He's like, oh, I'm an analyst. And I'm like, okay, what do you analyze? And he's like, he's getting squirrely. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, so we're not going to talk about that. Okay.
Protected stuff? Are they like, I wonder if they can't talk because it's like, what is it? Like clearance or whatever, maybe. I don't know.
So one of my college classmates used to work for the National Security Administration, and he would tell people he was an analyst too, but he was reviewing spy satellite pictures, I think, for of Russia.
Porn.
Oh.
He was spy satellites. He was looking at that Russian Duke.
Well, Nick's search history could not work for that job.
Well, I told the guy, I'm like, so you should just tell people you're an analyst.
Mm-hmm. Oh. He was gay, right?
Yes, they were gay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like everyone in Washington, D.C. must be in like politics. So it makes sense. I don't know.
So, all right. So it's time for Mouth to Mouth. Mouth to Mouth resuscitation. So what's giving you life, Joe? What's going on? What's happening? What's giving you life? What's giving you breath?
I will say like the breathiness comes through differently when you're in another state. It's very like it's very because when you do it here, I don't really hear it, but I'm just like you're in my ears. Oh, I'm okay with it. Also, power to you for staying up so late. Okay, I have 3 things that are giving me life. Like I said earlier, the first thing is that I'm employed, so I'm like really excited. Like. Not to like have an income. I'm excited to have an income, but I'm just more excited to like get back into just like a routine and like be able to use my brain again. So that's really exciting. And although I'm going to Cleveland again, yes, I haven't used it since I was born. It's been 34 years. So I'm excited to go to Cleveland, meet my new people at work or whatever. And then the second thing. I was at CVS in Bankers Hill. It's like a kind of a smaller CVS. And there was the most beautiful like pharmacy. I don't know if he was a pharmacist or like a pharmacy technician or whatever, but like, oh my God, like he was fine. So I took a picture of him. So I'm obsessed with him. I'm going to show you a picture of him because he is like a nerdy, like built, what's it called? Like built, beautiful man.
Is his name Noah?
Maybe. Who knows? So I'm obsessed with him because he was fine and that he made my CVS experience real good. And I snapped that picture super creepily outside. So like, whatever your name is, CVS man, good for you. And then lastly, your post about Elmo like made me then research the Elmo thing. And I'm not obsessed with this, like the whole like state of the world and how Elmo asked how everyone's doing, but I'm just living for the comments because everyone's like, we're not good, Elmo. We're not good. And it's hilarious because people are like, I don't know, Elmo, I'm in debt. I can't pay my rent. How you think I'm doing? And it's like, oh, Elmo. So that's just making me laugh.
I do think it's like it. I don't know if they meant to have the response that they did. And the cool thing is they took it in stride. He also posted about like different. Elmo posted about different mental health options, like places you can call or log on to that'll help you out with your mental health. And then he was just like, he posted again. He's like, well, I'm glad that I asked. And it's like, are you though, Elmo? So, all right.
God. So that's mine. What is giving you life?
So I'm obsessed with two things right now. So the first is dried kiwi. So I get this. The woman that I work for orders a bunch of stuff from nuts.com for snacks at these meetings and stuff like that. And this new one I got is dried kiwi slices, and I love them. I think they are so good. So everybody else did not like them, but I think they're delicious.
So it's just like dehydrated kiwi. Oh my God!
Yeah, it's dried kiwi.
Oh, that is very phallic. Oh Lord, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell Andy.
Hey, they look tasty. I like kiwis.
Yeah, so they're good. And the other thing I'm obsessed with is a show on Netflix called Wellmania, and it's from Australia, and it's about a woman who goes home to visit her family, and then she loses her green card to come back to the States because she's Australian. And it's like she has to pass a wellness test and all this stuff to get out of the country and go back to New York. So it's actually really good. And I think I'm obsessed with it more because our trip to Australia is coming up. So I'm just like loving the views of Sydney and everything. And so, yeah. So that's what I'm obsessed with.
Oh my God. Yeah. You guys go in like 6 weeks?
Actually in like just under a month.
Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah. I'm excited for you guys. That'll be fun.
All right. So this week we wanted to talk about like just something fun and offbeat, which is like we're gonna do reviews of items from online.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can hear me? I'm sorry.
Hear you what?
Well, I pulled some kiwi out and I started chewing, and Andy's like, Paul, don't chew, we can hear you. And I'm like, well, that's because I'm a horse.
No, listen, you know what? We are real, and you need to give yourself sustenance. It is 9:27 p.m. in the East Coast. You got to rally through this.
Okay. Okay. For our listeners, I'm sorry, but last week Paul did his call from the home of one of his coworkers, and there was a printer running in the background. We heard dogs, the doorbell ringing. It was full of like background noise. So I think the listeners deserve not to hear Paul chew for one episode.
Oh my God.
Look, I want everyone to hear me masticating. Masticating?
Yeah, girl. Mm-hmm.
Everyone should hear that.
Chew it.
They need to listen to it all up in your ear. So anyway, so this week we're going to talk about funny reviews that we found for products online. I did want to start off with like this really cool one because I think this might have I don't know if it started the trend or something like that, but it's one that I remember very clearly. And it wasn't a funny one, but it like touched a lot of people, went really viral when it happened. And it was this older man who left a review for it's called an M-Pow selfie stick. And his review read, "Even I can make it work, and I took the nicest picture of myself in 50 years." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool! Oh, I love that."
That's very wholesome. Was it? I
know.
Is it the like extendable selfie stick ones?
Yeah. So it was like one of those.
Okay.
He was by a river on a bridge or something like that. He took a picture of himself, and I thought that was awesome.
Oh, that is so wholesome. Mine are all very funny. So there's no wholesome and I will tell you, like, I was cracking up on some of these things, and I'm just like, people are ruthless, and also people are stupid.
Well, there's there's also this other one that I found. It was like a lady who leaves reviews on the Target app, and she always relates the product size to her size, no matter how irrelevant.
Oh, no.
Like she has one that's like a chocolate covered pretzel, and she started with a picture of herself with the pretzel and said, "I'm 5'2" with extra small hands, so this pretzel was the size I expected it to be."
Oh my God! Did
So
she show
it's
her like herself in it, like with her
yeah,
hand?
she's like holding the
Oh my
she's
God.
holding the pretzel.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Maybe I should do
So
that.
what's your-
It is one
Maybe
Joe
you should.
long. Oh, I have like 11. So I mean, we'll get through as many as we want. And like they're like the ones that I found are like these people should be writers because some of them are hilarious. So the first one I'm going to start with is for it's for Bic medium ballpoint pens for her. And the review is on Amazon, and it goes, I guess it's a woman reviewing, and her name is Akeen Ski or whatever. It doesn't matter. She gave it 5 stars. Great product. And the review goes, my husband has never allowed me to write as he doesn't want me touching men's pens. However, when I saw this product, I decided to buy it using my pocket money. And so far, it's been fabulous. Once I had learned to write, the feminine color and the grip size, which was more suited to my delicate little hands, has enabled me to vent thoughts and new recipe ideas, sewing and gardening. My husband is less pleased with this product as he believes it will lead to more independence, and he hates the feminine tingling sensation, along with the visions of fairies and rainbows he gets whenever he picks it up. Just like I don't know if some of these are like that can't be serious, but like I'll laugh.
Yeah. Some of these are like, they're people who just like they wanted to make something funny and see if anybody noticed. So it's like, but yeah, like I love that. So my first one is for an inflatable beach ball.
Okay.
So one person wrote that's like, we took this ball to the beach, and after close to 2 hours to pump it up, we pushed it around for about 10 fun-filled minutes. That was when the wind picked up and it sent it hurtling down the beach at about 40 knots. Like, how do you know how fast it's going? Like, what's 40 knots?
I don't know. I don't speak knots.
It destroyed everything in its path. Children screamed in terror at the giant inflatable monster that crushed their sandcastle. I guess it's like a 12-foot beach ball. Oh, I
was going to ask, how big is it? 12 feet? 12 feet?
This is 12 feet. 12 feet.
That's ginormous. 12.
I know.
Like 12 feet is two me's. That's
and more.
I don't even know. Like how much does that cost? I want to know. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of plastic.
Yeah, that is a lot of plastic.
All right. So my next one is it's a book, and it's called Where Is My Baby's Belly Button? And it's a 1-star review, and the review says, do not buy this book. You can see the ending right on the cover. And so it goes, this book is completely misleading. The entire plot revolves around finding baby's belly button. The title makes this much clearer from the beginning. However, there is no mystery. There is no twist. Baby's belly button is right where it's supposed to be, on the baby's stomach, right where it clearly shows you in the cover of the book. This plot is a complete mess as a result, and its reliance on the mystery of where the belly button is. Everything falls apart the second you realize that the belly button was in plain sight all along. There is no conflict. There's no character development. There's scarcely any plot. Whoever wrote this book must be a serious error in judgment, because you would have to be an infant to not immediately understand where baby's belly button is. This is one of the worst pieces of literature I've ever read. So it's a baby book. And that's ironic because it's for babies. So, yeah.
I'm loving the view on the screen right now, because I see Baxter over there, and he's like, what's going on with you guys?
Oh, here's also baby's belly button. Do you see it?
Yes. Oh my God, he's wearing a crop top.
Right? No, it's because he's showing you the belly button.
Oh, okay. So my next one, and I think we talked about these, but it's the Haribo sugar-free candy, the teddy bears.
Which one you're going to do? Because I have like all of them, but I will refrain from whichever one you do.
Okay, so this one is a 1 star, and he goes, "Just don't, unless it's a gift for someone you hate." And it's like, oh man, words cannot express what happened to me after eating these. The gummy bear cleanse. If you are someone that can tolerate the sugar substitute, enjoy. If you are like the dozens of people that tried my order, run. First of all, for taste, I would rate these a 5. So good, soft, true to taste, fruit flavors, like the sugar variety. I was a happy camper. But, or should I say, but with 2 T's, not long after eating about 20 of these, all hell broke loose. I had a gastrointestinal experience like nothing I've ever imagined. Cramps, sweating, bloating beyond my worst nightmare. I've had food poisoning from some bad shellfish, and that was almost like a skip in the park compared to what's going on inside me. Like, didn't we talk about, like, is this the one that we were talking about a while ago? Like, somebody was talking about how they ate these, and it was like, it just ran right through them.
I've never had them because I've seen, like, this was viral, I think, in like mid 2010s, like 2015, 2016, when BuzzFeed was in its peak. And I remember reading it and I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to eat this. Wait, do you have the whole story, or is that all you have?
That was the whole story.
Oh, girl, it is an essay. Do you want me to finish reading it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, there's like 12 paragraphs, so everyone buckle up. And there is like flatulence, poop, and everything. So just no. You'll trust me. You want to? Okay, so we stopped at Skip in the Park. I'm glad you did this one because this is my favorite thing in the entire world. So after he talked about not being a skip in the park, he goes, then came the flatulence. Heavens to mirth your God, the sounds like trumpets calling the demons back to hell, the stench like 1,000 rotten corpses vomited. I couldn't stand to stay in the room for fear of succumbing to my own odors. But wait, there's more. What came out of me felt like someone tried to funnel Niagara Falls through a coffee straw. I swear, my sphincters were screaming. It felt like my delicate starfish was a gaping maw projectile vomiting a torrential flood of toxic waste. 100% liquid, flammable liquid, napalm. And it went on for hours. I felt violated when it was over. I had 5 pounds of these innocent looking, delicious tasting hell bears. So I told a friend what happened to me, thinking it had to be some sign of sensitivity I had to the sugar substitute. And in spite of my warnings and graphic descriptions, she decided to take her chances and take them off my hands. Silly woman. All of the same for her. And a phone call from her while on the toilet telling me she really wished she would have listened. I think she was crying. And it goes on, but like the accounts of all of the Haribo gummy bears are so funny because it's like, I didn't believe it. And then people are like, no, it's real. Believe it. Like, and I want to know, like, did Haribo discontinue these? Because I still think they're in stores, even though they're like diarrhea.
You can probably still find them.
Things. I will not buy them. No, ma'am. Okay, so I'll go to my next one, and I'll describe it before I show you. It is an overhead rubber penguin mask, happy feet animal fancy dress. And the review is 4 out of 5 stars, and it goes, I wear this mask to sing lullabies to my children. So I'll show you the picture now.
Oh, God. That
right. So it's a little jarring. And the review goes, I wear this mask to sing lullabies to my children. They're terrified of the mask. Whenever they protest about their bedtime or ask for too many sweets, I whip on the mask and they soon know who is the king penguin. Because listeners, like, this is mortifying. It's like a real life, like, it looks like a real life penguin. And if you're a child, like I was, oh my God, Alf. I think that was a thing, right? The puppet guy, like he had like the nose. He was like the like stuffed animal character or whatever.
Oh,
Alf. Yeah. I was mortified of Alf. So I can imagine kids being mortified of penguins. So that was mine.
Wow. I didn't know that about you and Alf. I didn't know he.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So much.
Okay. Like when I was, I don't know, like 8 or whatever, my great aunt came over and she had an Alf mask on and she like came through the garage and was wearing the Alf mask. And I freaked out because I was so afraid of it. And then she's like, no, it's just me. And I was like, I don't ever do that again in my life. So yeah.
Did you have a cat at the time?
Did I have a what?
Did you have a cat?
We had
Because he would eat
dogs.
cat. Okay.
Well, that's probably why I was afraid of him. He was scary. Scary elf.
Okay, so this one, I don't know if you've seen these like stock photos. Like this one is like you can get decals of the old lady who has an inhaler. So somebody writes as a 5-star. She's like, I didn't know how to properly honor grandma when she passed away. Framed photographs seemed too cliche. Keeping her ashes wasn't something she wanted. Wearing her clothing seemed a bit morbid, and naming my firstborn after her was out of the question. Sorry, but Agnes just isn't something I feel comfortable naming my child. Then I found wall monkeys and found that I could memorialize my dear dead grandmother in a way that not only resonated with me, but kept her memory alive. I always grew up loving wall decals, and I thought, why not make my mother into a tasteful wall decal? This way I can remember her in a sentimental way, and my kids can remember her not as boring grandma in the old photograph, but as cool, hip grandma as a sleek sticker that is on my wall. I really love that it's not some posed picture, but grandma doing something she loved, obtaining oxygen, and a picture she wasn't ready for. It's like she's still here with us, but a lot cooler and asking less invasive questions. So thanks, wall monkeys, for making grandma live on forever in my house, permanently on my wall. Trust me, that sticker does not come off.
What? Did they turn her into a sticker?
No. It's like a stock photo of an old woman taking a hit off of an inhaler, and so you can get decals of that.
Oh my god! I was like, did they turn her ashes into like a sticker, and then she's like in the sticker? So that's much better to know because that's creepy. All right. The next one I have is for a UFO detector with an internal magnometer interface with microcontroller for 24 hours, 7 days a week. I guess it like detects UFOs. And the review is a 1-star, and it says 1 star is too much for this product. I don't know if this is a scam or if mine is broken, but it doesn't work, and I'm still getting abducted by UFOs on a regular basis. I'm like, okay, good for you.
All right, so my next one is crafting with cat hair. It's a book. It's a how-to book. There's 2 different reviews that I wanted to read, and the first one is, with the help of this book, my wife has made all of the Christmas gifts for our friends and family. She has made 4 pairs of socks, 2 scarves, 3 hats, a toaster cozy, slippers, a winter jacket, and carpeted the family room. I highly recommend this book to anyone who, like my wife, has 14 shedding cats in their house. And the other one is like, I purchased this book as I was tired of people sitting too near me on public transport.
Oh my god, that is so smart. Okay, back up on the girl that has 14 cats, because what did she knit? She made scarf,
4 pairs
coasters,
of socks, 2
and
scarves, 3 hats, a toaster koozie, slippers. She's like, she took the crocheting that you decided to just, quit on and really delve into it.
Yeah. But like, how, with only cat hair?
I don't think she actually did it, Joe.
Like, oh. Okay. I'm like, you could if you like really got. I mean, I was like 14 cats. That could lead to a lot of things.
But is it tabbies? Is it Persian long hairs? I don't.
I mean, all I'm thinking of is, God, if you have an allergy to cats and you got that gift, Jesus. So it's not real. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right, listeners. It's fake.
I want to do one.
Okay.
So there's a Amazon review of noise canceling headphones, and it said, "So not so funny story. Someone in the apartment unit above us got stabbed. According to the cop who interviewed us, the attacker rang the doorbell upstairs, and then the guy answered the attacker, forced his way in, and stabbed the guy. You want to know what scary part is? I didn't hear a thing, thanks to my amazing HyperX Cloud 2 headphones I got on Amazon for $99 free shipping. These things work as advertised. Probably the best noise canceling headphones I've ever owned. 10 out of 10.
Oh my God. I need those. I don't want to hear anything. I'll have to get those later, whatever they were. Oh my God. Okay, my next one I have it's for the I think it's the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, and it's a simple one. Okay. It's a 1-star review, and the review is simple. It says there were no wolves in the movie.
Okay, that was it. Okay.
Yep. Because that would be me.
So speaking on the wolf, then this would be good because my next one is a 3 wolf moon shirt that is on Amazon, and it was introduced in 2008 and has gone on to earn over 2,790 reviews and become its own meme. So this one is it's a story. So let's go. This item has wolves on it, which makes it intrinsically sweet and worth 5 stars by itself. But once I tried it on, that's when the magic happened. After checking to ensure that the shirt would properly cover my girth, I walked from my trailer to Walmart with the shirt on and was immediately approached by women. The women knew from the wolves on my shirt that I, like a wolf, am a mysterious loner who knows how to howl at the moon from time to time, if you catch my drift. The women that approached me wanted to know if I would be their boyfriend and or give them money for something they called meth. I told them no, because they didn't have enough teeth. And frankly, a man with a wolf shirt shouldn't settle for the first thing that comes to him. I arrived at Walmart, mounted my courtesy scooter, walking is such a drag, sitting side saddle so that my wolves would show. While I was browsing tube socks, I could hear a roused, asthmatic breathing behind me. I turned around to see a slightly sweaty Dream in sweatpants and flip-flops standing there. She told me she liked the wolves on my shirt. I told her I wanted to howl at her moon. She offered me a swig from her Mountain Dew, and I drove my scooter with her shuffling alongside out the door and into the rest of our lives. Thank you, wolf shirt. Pros, fits my girthy frame, has wolves on it, attracts women. Cons, only 3 wolves. Probably could use a few more on the guns. Cannot see wolves when sitting with arms crossed. Wolves would have been better if they glowed in the dark.
Oh my God. So is it a shirt with wolves on it?
It is a shirt with 3 wolves on it, and it's like they're all howling at the moon. So
I want to see. Yeah. So what is it? Howling wolves,
it is,
howling shirt.
3 wolf moon shirt. So
3 wolf moon shirt.
What was that? Happening at my house.
Oh, is this it? Is it?
3 wolves? Yes.
I've never seen this. And he said that it gets people to get him. Okay. It's a $42.
$42? No.
Who would pay for a shirt? No. I mean, if it gave me, well, I wouldn't want to pick up women. Never mind.
That means that each wolf is $14. So,
sure.
You know.
There you go. That math. Okay. My next one is kind of like a pun. And I don't think it's real, but I don't know what's real anymore because I thought your cat book thing was real. So it's for uranium ore. And it says, great product, poor packaging. I purchased this product 4.47 billion years ago. And when I opened it today, it was half empty. Because the half-life of uranium is 4.47 billion years, apparently.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
I had to do a fun one. All right, okay. Your turn.
So this one is for a cooking book called Microwave Cooking for One. This one said the recipes were too salty, and their review said, I found I had to cut back on the amount of salt in any given recipe because my tears of loneliness often overseason whatever dish I happen to be heating.
Oh my God.
Another person wrote, very sad. Probably one of the most depressing books I've ever read. I cried for days. Very sad. Don't read alone at night by a candle. So, another person gave it 5 stars and put tip, multiply the ingredients to cook for more than one. And he wrote, because of my extensive training in math, I have even noticed that if you double or triple the ingredients, you can actually serve 2 or 3. Just be sure to get the math correct. I once multiplied the ingredients by 6, but I only had 3 people to cook for. I ended up giving one person 2 servings and put 2 servings in the fridge.
Stop it. Is this a real product?
It is a real product, yes.
Microwave, what is it, microwave for 1?
Yeah.
I feel, okay, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like if you get, like, a microwave meal, like, it's for 1.
Okay, so I'm going to circle back for a second to that wolf shirt, because George Takei actually wrote a review for it, and it's called Howl at the Heavens, and it says, this shirt has changed my life. Before, I couldn't walk through the aisles of Walmart, graze on the buffet at Sizzler, or even take in a round at my local miniature golf course without people pointing and saying, hey, you're that Zulu guy from Star Wars, aren't you? Even if I wore sunglasses, I'd still get mistaken for Yoko Ono. But with the Mountain Tree Wolf Moon short sleeve tee, the shirt now draws the eye. One young teen even shyly approached me, and instead of asking for a picture or an autograph, simply smiled conspiratorially and whispered, Team Jacob, right? Me too. He's so dreamy. Yes, he is.
Oh my God.
Lady. Yes, he is.
That is great. I love that. You're not Yoko Ono. Oh my God. George Takei is the best. Oh my God. Okay, the next one I have is for the Holy Bible, the King James Version. And the rating is a 3 out of 5. And it says, a decent sophomore effort. For those of you who don't know, this is God's second novel after the Old Testament. It's a marked improvement, in my opinion. He got rid of a lot of his previous angst and scorn, and has really begun to show some maturity present in his later works. He's become much more loving and kind, and noticeably, he doesn't throw nearly as many tantrums as he did in the first book. That said, there's still a vast room for improvement. Plot-wise, there really isn't much suspense, and the story can be incredibly repetitive. In like 4 chapters, he just rewords the same basic story over and over again. To top that off, he puts those chapters one right after the other, like we wouldn't notice. I like the whole Jesus character, but let's face it, the whole good guy martyr thing has been done before. There was no need to devote so much time of the book to that guy. If you're really looking for a good God read, check out the Quran or the Book of Mormon. They're pretty much more polished. Plus, the storyline in the Book of Mormon is wild. Some people say it goes too far and point to it as evidence that God's over the hill, but I beg to differ. Just read it. God's like a genius or something. I mean, magic spectacles. Tell me that isn't awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have
Jesus.
Dave's Ghost Pepper Hot Sauce. And somebody gave it 5 stars and said it's sauce not for mortals. So I purchased a burrito from a small shop a few blocks from home. I was unimpressed with their habanero hot salsa. Eager to kick it up a notch, I reached for a bottle of what I later found out to be Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper Jalakia Hot Sauce. I unscrewed the top and went to put a dab on. I quickly realized that there was no flow regulation, but not before a large pool of the magma-colored liquid dripped into my lunch. I decided to dab my finger in it and see what I was dealing with. It was formidable, sweet, and flavorful, with a long heat. I thought, I could take the heat. I demolished the burrito, hot sauce and all, and shrugged off the pain. Every bite was saturated with the taste of 1,000 tortured souls, but the guacamole still tasted great. I wiped my tingling lips, and while drowning a glass of water, I looked at the bottle. It claimed a heat rating of insanity plus. I headed home thinking surely the worst must be over. I ate plenty of hot food and my stomach is battle tested. I was wrong. I walked no more than a block before I started to feel odd. It was in the 40s in Cleveland, but I could feel the sweat forming on my brow. I walked another block and I could literally feel the burning sensation outlining my stomach. My breaths were noticeably faster and shorter. People on the street looked at me weird. I figured it would go away by the time I got home, but I decided to pick up the pace. By the time my apartment was in sight, I was experiencing tunnel vision, and it felt like a live, agitated weasel had been placed inside me. I knew what I had to do. After flushing my lunch, a tablespoon of the sauce, half a gallon of milk, and my ego down the drain, I can honestly say I am just happy to be alive. This sauce is not for mortals.
What is it called? Dave's hot sauce?
It is called Dave's Gourmet Ghost Pepper Jolokia Hot Sauce. Jolokia.
Oh, it's real. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
There's no way that you'll get me to get that. Nope. No, ma'am. Okay. The next one I have, and this will be applicable to you guys because you're bidet boys now.
Okay.
It is for the Astor Bidet Fresh Water Spray Non-Electric Mechanical Bidet Toilet Seat Attachment CB-1000. So the rating is 5 stars, and the title of the rating is I Once Was Blind, But Now I See, by Chris A. I can't believe I wasted 30 years of my life being played by a multi-billion-dollar toilet paper industry. It rubs you raw, is bad for the environment and plumbing, and doesn't even get you clean, and costs you money every week. Are you killing me? Or are you kidding me? Killing works too. Comes with everything you need. Didn't even necessarily need to use tools, just my man hands. After the quick install, I was eager to go poo. I had a nagging dingleberry, which I knew toilet paper would just smear, and I'd be left wiping my leather Cheerio raw for the better part of 10 minutes before finally giving up and jumping in the shower. Not anymore. The cooling, high-powered water pressure blasted the crap right off. If you're a blind person, this product is a must. No more checking the TP because you know the poo is gone. I'm walking around on a humid day and haven't had gig butt yet. This product will make you a believer. I would buy a bidet from that review. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's a product online that you can buy at Amazon. It's called Tuscan Vitamin D Whole Milk. And I guess it's like a special kind of milk or something. And it's kind of expensive too. But like somebody wrote, my God, what a milk. I'm not 100% sure what species it comes from, but I am 100% sure it's the most delicious jug of white blood that has ever spewed from an animal. I spent my entire adult life trying to recapture the experience and taste of baby formula, and so far, this is the closest I've come. Drink it ice cold after mowing the lawn to cool away the summer blues. Drink it hot right before bed and have the most disturbing dreams you will ever have in your life. Oh my God, you can buy it on Amazon for $75.
For a gallon?
For a gallon of milk.
What? It's called what
That's
kind?
Crazy. It's called Tuscan. Like Tuscan, vitamin D whole milk.
Tuscan milk. And it's $70? Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Inflation, no, like, there's no way you're going to give me paying $70 for a gallon of milk. Mm-mm. Okay, my next one is for a Miter Ace recreational football. And I think this is for like Europeans because it's a soccer ball. And it says in the thing, ball is shift deflated. And the review is a 1-star. And it says, I received a flat ball. Read the instructions. Like, this is where I'm like, y'all are so stupid. Like, when people are like, oh, like, you know, when you order furniture from like Wayfair or Amazon or something, it's unassembled. Like, people thinking that it comes assembled. No, that's not how it works. Like, you can't leave a review saying it's unassembled. Yeah, that's human beings for us.
So my next one is a Nicolas Cage pillowcase. And
no.
So Pterodactyl 26 gave it 5 stars and calls it my national treasure. She wrote, I feel so protected knowing that Nicholas is in bed with me. This pillowcase is the first thing I see when I awaken and the last thing I see before I close my eyes from my deep slumber. The pure sexiness of this man's picture on your pillow will inspire you. Are you having relationship issues, family fights, or a crippling mental illness? Nicholas can ease the pain. Before I got my custom Nicolas Cage pillowcase, I had trouble sleeping. My insomnia took control of my life. I can tell you that when this product was shipped to me, put on my little pillow, and used for sleep, that it was the best slumber of my entire life. He cradles my head so softly. I used to be afraid of the dark. Not anymore. Don't fall for
God.
scams like Sleep Number or Tempur-Pedic. Get a Nicolas Cage pillow cover. Go on. You deserve it. The seduction is calling to you. This is now my most prized possession. And although I do not like to admit it, I tend to brag about it. I just want to show it off to the world. I am restful. I am relaxed. I am reborn. Hopefully, I'll be able to find me a girlfriend or job someday. I have faith that Nicholas will make it happen.
Which picture is it? Is it the one where he's like the surprised, like wide-eyed picture? Because that would be even funnier. Or is it like a good picture of him?
It's like a picture without a shirt on, and he's like laying across like a leopard or tiger print like sheet or something. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, so he must have been in his younger days then.
Yeah.
Before he got veneers that were too big for his mouth. My next one is for it's called Fotiv Hydra Waterproof Wireless Bluetooth Speaker. And this is a 5-star review. It says, it literally survived a tornado. I bought this for my father-in-law for Christmas. His home was completely demolished by an E4 tornado the next day. The following day entailed torrential rain. Today, we found the speaker amongst the soaking wet rubble of his home. Amazingly, it powered right up and is in perfect working order. Which I'm like, good for you. That's like the like Stanley Cup thing that happened recently, where the girl like had it in her car and there was a car fire and the Stanley Cup didn't burn over or whatever. Like this review would be really good marketing for that.
Oh,
but I thought that was funny.
Girl, now that you brought up the Stanley Cups, did you hear? People have been finding traces of lead in their Stanley Cups.
So I have
a thing you can use.
No, go ahead.
Because you can get a test you can test it, and somebody tested like their Yetis and all these other ones, and they all came back negative for lead, and then they tested their Stanley Cup and it came back positive.
Ooh. Yeah, well, maybe that will stop the whole craze, because like people were going crazy for these Stanley Cups, and like there was a woman that stole 60 of them, and like it kills me. It's like we could go on a whole fucking episode about the Stanley Cup rage and how like it's consumerism that doesn't need to happen, and I think it's terrible. Like it's foul. So don't But anyway, so that was mine. What's yours?
So my last one is going to be the Hutzler banana slicer, and I have two different reviews for this. The first one is only gave it 2 stars because it says the angle is wrong. He wrote, I tried the banana slicer and found it unacceptable. As shown in the picture, the slicer is curved from left to right. All my bananas are bent the other way.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then another person gave it 5 stars and wrote, save my marriage. And she wrote, what can I say about the 571B banana slicer that hasn't already been said about the wheel, penicillin, or the iPhone? This is one of the greatest inventions of all time. My husband and I would argue constantly over who had to cut the day's banana slices. It's one of those chores no one wants to do. You know, the old, I spent the entire day rearing our children. Maybe you can pitch in a little and cut these bananas. And of course, you think I had the energy to slave over your damn bananas? I worked a 12-hour shift just to come home to this? These are the things that can destroy an entire relationship. It got to the point where our children could sense the tension. The minute I heard our 6-year-old in her bedroom reenacting our daily banana fight with her Barbie dolls, I knew we had to make a change. So,
I mean, I've seen those banana cutters before, and like they're very useful, but like just use a knife, you know, like it saves you like 5 seconds, and then it's just like this huge thing that you have to store somewhere. I don't know. Look, if it works for you, good for you. That's great. Okay, my last one is a review of the Hamilton original Broadway cast recording Explicit 2 CD. And it goes, warning, don't want your spouse to smack you, your kids to kick your shins, then avoid this album at all costs. You'll ignore them, all. Brushing off this warning may cause several feel-good, feely feelings. You may experience a spell of charisma, nostalgia, intrigue, etc. Once you've reached elation, forget calling for help. The addiction now has taken over you. Soon your family will start experimenting with this album and know Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton, God, I can't talk, are more than just a trivial question from the Got Milk commercial from 1993. Everyone loses. Truth be told, and joking aside, I can't get enough of this album. The source material is certainly not all feel good, but the retelling of Hamilton's journey was masterful. The music blend by Miranda was hypnotic and brought up doses of nostalgia. Everything from the instrumental echoes of Grandmaster Flesh to the sick rhymes of 80s, 90s hip-hop intertwined and woven with past Broadway styles was truly a fantastic experience for me. As for the story, I won't spoil the context of the album. That would be stealing an opportunity from you. I'll leave it at this. I enjoyed the album enough to sing along with it, move along with it, make plans to fly out to Broadway to watch and support the show. Most importantly, find out more about Alexander Hamilton beyond the 1993 Got Milk commercial. I hope you enjoy this album as much as I have.
I forgot that. I don't even remember that 1993 Got Milk commercial.
I don't remember the Got Milk commercials at all. Like, I think I remember like it being a thing. No, I lied. I remember the the only thing I can remember is there was a person, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, but like they were eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and it was like so dry and they like didn't have any milk left. And then it was like they yell like got milk or whatever. That's the only one I remember. That's my nostalgia.
Okay, so before we go, do you have an I Spy?
I don't. I'll probably have one when I go to Cleveland, though.
Okay, so I have another one, and it is
another one. Girl, you're seeing everything.
Another one. I know.
Okay, DJ Khaled.
And another one. It is difficult to get anywhere in a short amount of time in DC because there's a lot of construction and there's like always a motorcade or something coming through the city. And then I have heard so many police, ambulance, and fire sirens in the last couple of days that I've heard in a year in San Diego. It is crazy.
Is there they have public transit though, right? Like
they have public transit, but then Andy made me scared to take the bus.
Why? Why?
I talked about it.
I told him it was the great unwashed of Washington that would be on the bus.
Oh my God. Wait.
I told him to take the metro instead.
Take the metro instead.
Is the bus not good? Is it unsafe?
I've taken the bus. It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, but I have to figure out how to use the metro.
I get so scared of metro. Did you take the metro, Paul, or no?
Not yet. I'm going to see if I can get to Christie's using the metro from where I'm at. So we'll see.
Okay. I don't think we took any public transit when we were there.
Paul, you have to take the bus. There's no metro to Georgetown.
Uh-oh, you're going to have to take the bus. Just take an Uber. Oh. Nick said you have to take the bus, so that means just take an Uber. It's faster, exactly. Cheaper. Because I think we did, when we were in DC, I don't think we didn't take any public transit. No, we took taxis, right? I think that's what we took. Yeah, because the taxis know better. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, there you are, everyone. Well, thank you, Joe, and everyone for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Paul, for joining our podcast. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's weird being not there and seeing your faces and everything. I hope my son
it's hard to volley too, because it's not like instant, and I don't know, there's no way, I don't know how people do podcasts remotely. There are people who do podcasts and they don't have problems. I'm not saying we're having problems, but they it sounds like they're like seamlessly talking, and I don't know if it's just like they're like super high speed.
It's magic of the editor.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, everybody have a great week. Thanks.
Special thanks to Andrew Smith and Nick Stone for producing the show. If you like us, please follow us at tugayspod on Instagram and visit us online at tugayspod.com. You can find us anywhere you can stream podcasts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know topics you'd like to hear. And always remember, stay safe, stay classy, stay sassy, and always stay a little bit trashy. See you next week.